could study abroad anywhere in the world, where would you go?
I think I would choose Spain.
India, maybe? Or Thailand?
I would go to China.
Tahiti. I would go to Australia.
Brazil.
I would go to Canada.
France or Russia?
Australia.
Because I like seafood.
Italy or Greece, maybe?
England. I'd definitely like to say that.
Probably Egypt.
Feeling India.
I want to go to London.
Japan.
Paris.
Overall, I learned to learn in studying abroad. I learned to be open to any situation, to take note of myself in that situation.
I think that even if you're just vaguely considering it, you should go. College is the best time to do it.
You just have to go and experience new things and get out of this life and what you've known for so long.
You might not get that chance again.
You're in a shell. Get out and explore. See what's different.
My life was changed within the first few minutes.
I'm Carrie. I'm an art education major and I studied abroad in Florence, Italy.
My name is Nick Schweitzer and I studied abroad in Puebla, Mexico.
My name is Sam.
My name is Devin.
I'm Josh. I'm a group social studies major, biology and chemistry minors for teaching.
I did the GVSU partnership in Cape Coast, Ghana for a year.
My name is Jamie and I'm a biology major.
And I studied in Sydney, Australia.
I went to Egypt on a faculty-led study abroad.
I studied in San Jose, Costa Rica.
I studied in India.
I studied abroad in Egypt and South Africa, and I'm a WGS major.
I studied with a non-GVSU program in Granada, Spain.
I studied at Kingston University in London, England.
I'm a political science major as well as anthropology.
I studied abroad in Bilbao, Spain, and I'm an international business and finance major.
Majoring in biomedical science.
I studied abroad in Germany and India.
I think studying abroad was hands down, I don't think I know, it was hands down the best decision that I made here at Grand Valley.
Before I left, I thought the world was definitely, it was one way, this is how it was. Completely different now.
So it wasn't until like I was about a half hour there, almost there, and I started looking out the window, and then I started thinking like, I'm not gonna be home for a minute, like it's, you know.
I remember stepping off the plane, it was nighttime.
It was amazing.
The food was excellent.
So I was like, wow, okay, I'm in West Africa now.
And I turned around and there was this huge monkey, like just standing there grinning.
It's just like, boom, here you go.
The markets. I had an absolute blast bartering.
When I first woke up that morning, I went outside and I stood on the balcony and I looked out and the sun was just rising.
It was just perfect temperature.
How many people can say like I was hundreds of feet up in the air above the rainforest, flying through it? Like that's pretty nice.
The pyramids, the temples, and that's matched up right next to you have a Pizza Hut and KFC combination.
I never knew we could actually go inside the pyramids. I got to give tours in the church where Renaissance was born.
Just absolutely beautiful.
It was like, oh my gosh, like the hieroglyphics.
I went to the huge business conference that UDLA has. It's called Reto Negocios.
We did company visits, and it was really cool to see how the culture of the Spanish businesses worked.
They had heads of like Otto Linder from the head of Volkswagen in Mexico. They had Vicente Fox, the former president.
I met people from Germany, France, Japan, Norway, Australia, New Zealand. I was friends with people from all over the world.
I think I was a little nervous about traveling out of the country for a long period of time.
I had never been to Mexico or Canada. I'd never left the United States before I went to Ghana for 10 months.
The farthest I've ever gone was outside of this country was Canada. I've never been anywhere else, so I wanted to do it because it was a way for me to grow as a person and to really like develop.
I probably didn't even know where India was a year or two before I went, to be honest.
Italy is still in Europe. It's not, it's not that different from here, but it is.
It doesn't have to be this drastic, crazy, out in the middle of the outback.
People say you have to step out and do things, because if you're not seeing, how can you be successful? How can people see what you can do if you're not out there doing it?
I'm really close with my family, so I was worried that I wasn't quite going to be able to make it.
Because at the time, I had a boyfriend.
I was starting to date somebody.
It wasn't that daunting. And I'm very, very close with my family, very, very close with my friends.
Everyone, my family, my mom really especially, was really proud and excited for me to go.
I was able to talk with my family like by Skype and stuff like that.
You still talk to them just because you're far away, you're not cut off.
Personally, for me, I had a couple of my friends who were studying abroad in France at the same time I was in Spain.
That was the emotional support I needed abroad.
There's no words to describe the experience that you have and the way that helps you grow.
The comforts of home you miss, but the challenges that you overcome abroad outweigh those so much.
Everybody has a few issues. They think that it's going to be hard to get money.
A lot of people tell me they're worried about the cost. And I mean, it's obviously something that needs to be taken into account of.
But then again, if you're determined to go, because I was determined and whatnot, you'll get to go.
Also, people assume that the study abroad is going to be way more expensive.
And then I went and discovered that wasn't the case.
It was unbelievably inexpensive. It was cheaper than a semester at Grand Valley.
For the University of Cape Coast, the cost is pretty much the same as Grand Valley.
As part of my program, one of our boxed-in excursions was a weekend in Paris. Another one was a weekend in Sevilla, Spain. Another one on the Mediterranean coast. A lot of different opportunities came with it.
All the benefits that I think that you get from it make it worth the cost. I mean, I wouldn't trade it for anything that I've done. It's worth every penny.
Growing up in a small town, there's not many opportunities to, leave the country or travel. So coming to Grand Valley, I knew that that would be an opportunity that I really needed to take advantage of, would be to study abroad.
You can use federal aid to help pay for your study abroad, which is what I did.
I got to know the financial aid office really well. I kind of bugged them a lot.
So I actually got the PADNO scholarship, and so that helped a lot with the costs and the use of my student aid and things, and it worked out pretty well in the end.
I applied for the PADNO scholarship and got that, and it actually covered my entire study abroad experience.
I did a lot of research for studying abroad on my own.
Look at all your resources, parents, family.
And then go through and look at your options and have the people at the PADNOS International Center advise you.
The staff is really, really helpful. They are really good about answering any questions you might have, helping you figure out financial aid, what program you're interested in.
People never plan to fail, they simply fail to plan.
My sister, she was here all 4 years, and she had an opportunity to go to Africa with the nursing program, and last minute things weren't working out, and she could have switched, decided not to stay back and work, and to this day she absolutely regrets not going.
I was trying to figure out ways to get out of it, really, because I knew I was going to be a dual major, and it didn't seem like something that I could realistically fit into my program. And so I was trying to find all the different ways to justify being a Spanish major without having had a Spain or Spanish-speaking experience.
In the end, I ended up studying abroad for a year, and it didn't put me behind at all because I was able to take my gen eds, I was able to do my theme, and I was able to do it in Italy.
Take that opportunity, especially as a student, because you're having fun and experiencing something brand new while earning credits.
I took a business Spanish class and then a marketing class while I was over there, and both of them transferred back as part of my degree requirements.
I used study abroad to actually fulfill elective requirements for my major, which was nice.
I decided, well, I can do my theme abroad.
I did do a lot of electives and also theme courses.
When you study abroad, you can really pick different things that you're interested in and create your own theme, which I think people are more excited about learning when they get a say in it and they get to pick.
Once you step out of that classroom, the learning doesn't stop.
You get to actually go to the places that they were talking about, see the things they were talking about instead of just looking at it on a projection screen.
The language class that I was taking and using that in the markets that I was going to just was so much more beneficial than sitting there and reading.
Yeah, you can read out of a book and you can see the picture and the diagram they give you. But when you step up to the Great Pyramid and you realize, oh my gosh, just how big that is, and you're looking up an angle and your neck's cranked, and it's just incredible. And that's not something you can get out of a textbook.
By studying abroad in another country and taking courses there, you kind of get an outside perspective, because here in the U.S. we get like our perspective, but there you get a completely different perspective how they see the world.
I personally think that study abroad should be a requirement, a gen ed if you will. I think it would make the world a better place if everyone just had a better understanding of what's going on over here and there and everywhere.
We're so globalized in business today. Everybody has headquarters in other countries, and it's something that's going to make you stand out.
Globalization has erased somehow borders. Now you got a big global market for talent, and you compete with these people. We are an international company, one of the few foreign companies that do operate in the area. So Postra is a French company. When you're a freshly graduated student, you can't claim work experience, you won't have it. But you can take steps like going abroad that will demonstrate that you're open to change, and you're also open to different ways of thinking.
The current job I am holding, I actually got because I studied abroad.
That tells you that most likely this person will have better ways to adapt during his or her career when change happens.
Faced with another candidate that was equally qualified as me, they chose the person that demonstrated that they could function in a foreign environment, that they could face a challenge, that they could come back from it, and that they could continue expanding on that learning.
It's a good test of will and determination that you may have to succeed or fulfill your goals.
The initial process for somebody to look into studying abroad is actually to attend a first step meeting. These meetings are generally twice a week, and they go over the basics of studying abroad. Stuff like how a student can pay for studying abroad, what they can get out of it, where they'll go, the different types of programs that Grand Valley offers.
Do you know where the study abroad office is?
I'm going to say it's going to be in the Student Services building.
It is at Sabo Hall, I believe.
I do not know where the study abroad office is. I'm not sure where it is.
I have no idea where the study abroad office is.
I would guess that it's in Kirchhoff. Or Padnos, maybe, actually.
Pad? No, it's not, but I know it's called Padnos. That's all I know.
I believe that it's in the Student Service building. That would be my guess.
In there? I feel like it's in there. Yeah, I think it's in there, yeah. Definitely is.
I have no idea.
The green building.
Isn't it in Lake Ontario?
Isn't it in Lake Ontario?
It's in Lake Ontario. Actually, I think it might be in Ontario. Lake Ontario.
The best thing that you can do is to just get out there and go.